Can you still see my... Ooh, ah!
Ooh, ah!
I can't do that at all. I'm not even
try it, Alex. Please. I'm not
even gonna try.
I'm not starting until you try it.
You can't put this in. Ooh, ah!
That was pretty good.
No way.
That was pretty good.
I can't do
But like, just speed it up a little bit and go more with your breath rather than like like ooh, ah! Like do like
ooh, ah! No.
ooh, ah!
I can't do it. There are just things in life that I know I can't do. This has always been one of them. The other one's whistling.
Yeah.
I'll not like, and you know what? I'm okay with it.
I don't think anybody can properly do the wah. Anyway, hi guys, welcome back to
Oddvice.
Call Her Daddy. I'm just kidding. This is Oddvice, our podcast
by Krista McAtee and Alex. Should we restart this?
Nope. Hello. We're so excited.
Song of the day?
No. Whoa. Slow down. I'm still a little bit out of breath. We just went to the liquor store. I got some Liquid Death.
And we have to, there's this really aggressive guy who catcalls us every time we go to the liquor store. So we have to like physically run away.
He scares me.
No, yeah, he's really scary.
He's like come close, like swinging and
yeah,
shit.
He'll push up on you.
Oh yeah. It's terrifying. Yeah, I got some Liquid Death. Today's Sunday. Yes, we're recording this day before it comes out because
we feel like that's the best way to give you like the most up-to-date version of what's going on.
Exactly. Like I feel like we used to kind of beat ourselves up and like, oh my God, we're doing it last minute, but like it's in our garage now. Like
yeah.
it's, and perfectly said. I love that it's so current with whatever's going on. But we specifically chose to do it today because last night we did something really cool and we want to do a little story time for you guys. So last night we went to a musical, like a...
Yeah, it was like it was a musical. I wouldn't even call it a play. It was definitely a musical. So I found this TikTok and it's this thing. It's downtown LA. It's called Cages, downtown LA. And really cool production. This like I guess we won't get into the storyline just in case you want to see it because I liked that we didn't know what it was about.
That's true.
But it was one of those things where like the show, if you will, starts the second you like walk into the front doors. Like everything's set up like you're on the set, you know? It's not like just like you go and sit down and then people come out on the stage and then that's the show. They have the actors like actually walking around as you're waiting to go in to be seated to watch the actual show, and you get a drink and everything is like super spooky and it's definitely like spooky vibes for sure.
I feel like eerie's the better word because
Eerie.
it's not like horror. It's not
scary.
jump. It's not blood. It's lovely, actually. It was a really lovely story.
Yeah.
I kind of do want to get into it. Should we do like spoiler alert if you want to go see it, skip ahead type thing?
Yeah, I guess we could do that.
Spoiler alert, skip ahead if you're going to see it type thing.
Yep.
Okay. So it's like in dystopian society. And I forgot the name of it, but it was like a big word.
And it starts with the A. Yeah, no, we won't know.
I don't know. Alameda?
Damn near.
Sorry if anybody out there's from Alameda. Kidding. Just kidding. So it's a dystopian society and they're not allowed to love. Everything's gray and it's just like everybody's hearts are caged. So all the actors had these like cages underneath their vests and stuff that, you know,
protected their heart.
Yeah.
So you couldn't feel, like you couldn't have any emotion, but the worst thing you could do was fall in love.
Mm-hmm. And there's this guy and he's in the clock tower and he was like making music, whatever, making beats. He's in this dude. And one of his little gears fell out of the clock tower. So he goes down all the way down the clock tower to go find it. And he's on the street. And this girl, Madeline, walks up and she's singing about like how she wants to be somebody.
She wants love.
She wants love, but like obviously can't have it, not allowed to, da-da-da. And then like they see each other and they like the spark, they have a spark and they're like, they can't stop thinking about each other. And
I loved the line, she became his muse to make music, and he became her music because she loved to dance and sing.
Yeah.
So they like they found each other, and then in a dystopian world where they weren't allowed to fall in love, they found like the best love.
Yep.
They were soulmates.
But then it's not a happy ending though.
No, we won't say the ending.
We won't say the ending, but
it's not a good ending. I did not like that part.
Yeah, it was cool though. Like I respected on like an art level, if you will, and there was an aspect of the performance where there was a double screen, so it was almost like that same technology, hologram technology that like Tupac did at Coachella type thing.
That's exactly what I thought.
And at first we were even saying before the intermission, like we kind of wish, whoa, Tupac is on our wall. We kind of wish that like there was more actors in that sense. Like Madeline, the girl, was a hologram.
Right.
But I think it really forced a perspective of the main character, Wolf, the guy. It forced his perspective and how all these other things he was dealing with, the love of his life, and then like the teacher thing.
It kind of went into his backstory of like how he was born and how he still had a heart. I didn't really get that part of the storyline. Like, why did he still have like the ability to feel?
I think it was because
his parents, right?
Yeah.
Like, they put him up for adoption.
They
left him, and then the chemist found him and like taught him about feelings, right? Did I get that right?
He pulled him into the woods, which was like the line where you were out of the dystopian world. So he grew up relatively normal, I assumed, but then he hid him in the catacombs to keep him safe because he knew if anybody found out he had a heart,
right,
he'd get murked.
Yeah.
And he kept him in the catacombs, and then the baby him crawled back into the dystopian society, and that's why he grew up there again.
Okay.
So then he finds the chemist again, and he's like, we gotta get you back to where you were, and then he goes into that trip.
Gotcha.
So there, okay. I think it was Act 13, which totally makes sense because 13 o'clock was like the time that they went off of because it was like dystopian. Act 13 was the trip when this chemist gives him everything to like kind of reevaluate and feel and understand his emotions. And that act was so cool to me. That act, I was on the edge of my seat. That act reminded me of my dreams.
Oh, whoa.
Like right when he took the potion or whatever. And do you remember like almost those kind of like branch looking things going all over him? I have had that dream.
Oh, that's terrifying.
I was on the edge of my seat. It was really cool though.
It was so cool. The storyline was like, I liked that it was, the delivery was super abstract, but it was pretty easy to follow. Yeah. Cause I feel like when I lose sight of like one part of a storyline, I'm already out of it.
I feel that.
I can't pick it back up, you know? So I liked that I was like, oh, okay, I get it. You know?
It was consumable. It was like your average love story type thing, but just the way it was done was cool. And the musical aspect, back to that, it wasn't like doe, a deer, a female. Like it wasn't like musical like that. Like it was very The Weeknd, Kanye, like modern
The music was really good. Like there were some like beat drops and shit.
No, it was fucking dope. Did you see the guys in front of us? They were like, like moshing damn near. It was cool. A lot of like 21 Pilot vibes too. Like old 21 Pilots.
Like pop punk.
Yep.
For sure.
Yeah.
It was good. Oh, and then so in the beginning when so you can like get a drink, they had 2 bars and they had like a VIP area. And like I said, the actors were walking around and stuff. I like caught eyesight with one of the actors, and he like they walk around with like lanterns and like all creepy and shit, and he came up to me and he like held his lantern up to my eyes and like kept like looking at my eyes, and we held eye contact for probably a minute. And then when we walked, so we were like let in groups. He was the man at the door letting the groups in. And everyone was like filing in, and he stepped right in front of me and stopped me and like put his lantern up to my eyes again and held me there for like a minute. Like the line was being held up.
I was fully almost to the seats, and I look back, I'm like, where the fuck did they go?
Yeah. And like Leanna was like, just like squeeze past him, and we're like staring at each other in the eyes. And then on the way out, he came and found us. Was that at the end?
The intermission.
That was the intermission. He came and found us again, and he said something to me, but I can't remember what he said.
Didn't he say his name? Oh no, that was the girl.
That was the girl.
I don't know what he said.
I
do remember
we had
something,
like a
though.
little back and forth, but I was like blinded.
Yeah,
I don't remember what it was, but he was cute.
The intermission was cool. When you walked out, it was like, you assume everybody either going to go to the bathroom or get a drink, whatever. And people were doing that. But then the actors were out there continuing the show, and I got pulled away alone.
Yeah.
And she pulled me, or no, like I walked into like the second room where the bar was, and I saw a girl. I got like eye contact with her, like an actor. And then this guy actor looked at me, and he like was hella shaky and like gave me a piece of paper, and I opened it and it said follow her.
Whoa.
And he pointed to her, and she was like luring me in, and she brought me to like this big tree where there was an arrow, because the end of Act 1 was like this big arrow was going towards him to like kill him. But don't worry, it was not a spoiler. That's not how he died. Whoops. Whatever, I already said spoiler alert. Right.
That was like the most cliche way to spoil something. That was good. Like that was really funny.
I'm embarrassed. Anyway, oh yeah, she brought me to the tree, and then in the tree were all these other little pieces of paper that I was grabbing. I feel like she wanted to kind of lead me to find those papers, but I was in escape room mode, and I was like, "There's one right here." She's like, okay, like I totally fucked up her act. I'm like, this one, what does it say? This is the Pledge of Allegiance. And she just grabbed it and she ripped it.
Oh my god.
It's like, okay,
she's like, fuck this girl.
Right. No, I ruined everything. There were these like little rooms people were getting pulled into.
So I overheard a couple got pulled into a room, and there was an actor. I don't think it was the main actors, because that would have ruined the storyline for sure.
Right.
But there were two actors, and it was like Judgment Day. Like they had to do like guilty or innocent and like subject that guy to hanging and stuff. Like it was like a judge's room.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish we got pulled into that.
Yeah. I wish I got pulled into something.
I know. I mean, they did say people see it multiple times, and I guess I get
for that
now.
reason. Yeah.
Yeah. You get different experiences, and if they have like a different line of actors too, it could be cool to see different people like go into those roles. And I don't know. It was dope. That's what we did last night. We also got some dinner before.
Oh, this place called
Brera, yeah.
Yeah, it was a new spot.
So good. We just like spent time downtown LA, and we never do that.
I like wish I thought about it as we were sitting at dinner. If the pandemic didn't happen, I feel like I would definitely be more of a downtown girl.
Right. Yeah. When I lived down there, I think I was too young to appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
I was 20. I wasn't even 21. So like the bar thing didn't matter to me.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, that shit was dope. Very New York vibes. So I think we'll get a big dose of that once we move.
Cool.
Oh, spoilers done. You can come back. I've been having some wicked dreams.
Wicked.
And like, I mean, I guess I always kind of do, but like these ones, my dreams have been not as dark, which has been nice. They're more like weird dream, like dream that I lost my front tooth, and like the basic like wacky dreams, which is it's a relief. And I feel like I've been like sleeping better because of it. Like I'm not waking up like as
like over dissecting and shit.
Right.
Yeah.
And I had this dream the other night where it was like me, Alex, a few friends, and we rode ATVs up this happens a lot in my dreams, really steep inclines, like straight up and down inclines.
That's so weird.
This happens more often than not. We rode up it, and it was like really hard. I was like, just like gas it. And like we were able to get up, and we get over this perfectly vertical wall, and we're on like a cliffside, and we get up there, and it's this big like island type rave, like very like like stereotypical rave music, and or like deep house. Yeah, there we go. Not rave, deep house. And we get up there, and like we enjoyed the party, and like whatever. I feel like this isn't as cool saying it out loud, but what was weird is one of the friends that was in the dream that we were at the party with, I woke up to a text from him saying he was on the moon, and it was a video of him at a party exactly like that.
And it was big rave vibes.
Like let me play the audio.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was exactly the audio.
In your
like,
dreams.
Yeah, like the type of audio. And I got the text from him at like, it was like 2 a.m. because wherever he is, like, assuming there's like a time change. So I didn't see this till I woke up, but listen.
Oh my God, the ballroom chatter at a rave right now.
Like, that was exactly it. And I texted him, I was like, dude, like, I just had a dream of this exact same thing. I just realized now, saying it out loud, it's not as cool.
No, it is. What did he say back?
I think it was just something generic. He was like, oh, that's crazy. Like, it was something like he didn't care.
No, but when you came in and told me that story, like when we woke up, I was like, yo, that's crazy.
It was
because it had to have happened like when you, I always think like time wise, that shit has to sync up.
Yeah.
Like that had to have happened when you were dreaming.
Yes. And like, I don't wake up and like look at my phone in the middle of the night. I'd quite literally do the opposite because I know I won't fall back asleep.
Spiral.
I don't know. It was weird. Dreams have been really weird.
Speaking of concerts, we're going to a couple next week.
Back to back.
Back to back.
I think I'm going to vlog it too.
Cool. Yeah, fun. We're doing JoJo on Thursday, which is going to be so fucking cool.
Oh my God, yeah.
And then Friday, we're going to Cautious Clay. I'm so excited.
You're wearing your shirt.
Yeah, I did that on purpose. I'll probably wear it again for the next 2 weeks straight.
You should wear it to the concert. Like, and like edge it up.
I'll wear my other one.
Okay.
Oh, but this is the show that he's doing, Dope in Love.
Yeah, I would do that and like add hella chains, wear it with some like cool pants, like make it like dressy. What is happening?
I plan to wear one of them. I'm excited because he's one of my favorites and I've been wanting to go so bad. So that's Friday. 2 shows in a row. Have we done that at all recently?
Not other than like a music festival years ago.
Right.
I'm just so excited to be
so excited.
See live music. And then Vegas is another one. We're going to have some more live music. It just feels so good to see it. Did you see the guys popping off on TikTok? I think it's not actually not. I don't think it's just guys. It's just like a group of people that they're spreading wildflower seeds all over the bay.
Yes.
I'm obsessed.
That's so cool.
I think that is the coolest thing. Do you remember the trend of people planting pumpkins? Like where are those pumpkins? Like
yes,
I love it. I wanted to message them and like we should go home and like meet up with them.
Yeah, like try and find them.
They're always like Baker Beach. Like all their TikToks are like Baker Beach and Embarcadero, like just like the whole that side.
We should hit them up for sure.
I think it'd be so cool. I think that's such a smart thing. Like
that's so cool.
It's such a innocent act.
Like what a way to be a vigilante, but then also like do good in the bay.
Oh, it's so cute.
It's so cute. It's like good version of tagging
or like littering.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute. What's your song of the day? Segue.
My song of the day is actually Atlas by Luke Christopher.
Please, everybody, go listen to Luke Christopher.
He has just been consistently one of the best artists ever.
Every
his
song.
Lyrics, every song's a fucking hit. I need him to come out with new music stat. I think he is.
I hope so.
But it's been a minute.
Yeah, I feel like we've talked about this too. Like he's one of those artists where I'm like, why aren't you pop the fuck off
Yes.
to the moon? Like he's so good
His
and so
voice.
underrated. Yeah. Please, everybody, go literally like scroll and randomly tap a song. You'll like it. Every song is so good. And he's also really cute.
Oh my God, he's so cute.
He's so like, no, he's fine. Like, you know, like
fine.
there's like definition and he's fine. F-O-I-N-E.
Yes. No, literally.
Fine. Oh my God, he's so cute. My song of the day is called Mirror by Madison Ryan Ward.
Oh, this song wrecks me, Kristen.
Exactly. And that's why I kind of want to choose it for today because of like what we're talking about. Like it's like the bad side of what we're talking about, but the very real side too. It's a really good song though. Go listen to it if you're like trying to cry or like feel something.
Oh fuck, that's a song and a half.
Yeah, it's good though. I go through phases of like I will not listen to sad music, and then phases where I'm like, give it to me.
I'm always okay to listen to sad music.
I admire that.
Thank you.
That's like you're
not
almost
saying
like
you're not
yourself.
okay. That came out wrong. Not saying you're not okay to listen to it, but like I'm like even in my deepest of sorrows, I'm like, give it to me.
That because you want to feel it.
Yeah,
that's why it's a good thing. Like that's like literally. Wait, I wrote that down. They said it in the play last night. I mean, this is a very basic thing, but I wrote it down to say it. Feeling something is better than nothing. Like that was one of the lyrics and what they were saying. And he was saying like, never mind. I was about to say a spoiler again, but we already did that. Go see the play. But yes, that's my song of the day. What are we wearing? I'm wearing the weed socks you got me. And I'm also wearing your sweats.
Yeah.
And a shirt from Garage. It's just like a little waffle tank. And then
cute.
This beanie says sensitive. And this is
someone's merch, right?
Yeah. Whose merch is this? Why am I forgetting? Fuck. I really want, like, I put it on. I was like, I'll shout it out. I don't know whose merch this is. Why am I forgetting?
Megan Batoon?
No, hers is same team.
Oh.
Megan Batoon's merch is so fucking cute.
Yeah.
She's also the cutest person in the world. Do you follow her?
I don't think so.
Oh, you should. She has like Airbnbs and shit that she fixes up by herself. Like,
whoa.
She just like fixes things all day and like is so good at it and like flips shit. Like she needs like an HD TV show.
Sick.
She's so cute. Where was I going with this? Oh, the merch thing. Yeah, I don't know. But that's what I'm wearing.
I'm wearing my Cautious Clay shirt, his Deadpan Love one. And then my cute little beanie that everyone says it's bunny ears, but I don't think it's bunny ears.
Mm-mm.
It's
Have
like,
I seen a bunny?
Right.
If anything, it's Shrek.
Okay, thank you.
It's Ogre.
Someone told me I should put little squeaky toes because everyone's first instinct is to fucking grab them. Someone told me to, I think it was Jono, told me to put squeaky toys in
we should just honestly take them from like
the dog toy.
toys. Like they don't
I should.
really use them.
You know what? I'm gonna do that.
It's really funny.
So that when they go to squeeze it, it's like
gotcha.
unexpected.
And it's like something that's like embarrassing for no reason.
An ick,
It's
for
an
sure.
ick. Oh my god. Stepping like there. Hello. Something that I feel like is, you know how in sitcoms there's one thing that constantly repeats every few episodes that's like a callback.
Yeah.
Something in our household is like whenever we're having like a serious moment or like we're all like breaking down to each other on the couch and someone stands up to go to the bathroom or get a drink and we accidentally step on a dog toy. It's like
and it's calculated. Like someone in the universe is doing this to us.
Yes, it's
because it is every time we try and get serious.
And then we just start busting up laughing. Like it always like breaks any like tension or like any vibe that we're, I don't know.
It's funny.
It's really funny.
Oh wait, also sorry, I'm wearing my MTV socks.
We got these from, I think we got them from Old Navy. Remember?
Yes.
That's crazy. There was like a phase of our life for like a month where we were like,
let's go to Old Navy.
No. People are sleeping on Old Navy. And I remember I went to the little boy section and I bought
so many shirts.
Haven't worn one. Think about it.
Not even the pizza. Remember the pizza one?
Pizza slime?
Yeah.
I got one. It was like how to make slime. I'll wear it next episode. I need to start wearing.
Do you have them still?
Yeah. I just don't wear them. You know why? Because short sleeve shirts that are tight, sweat rings.
Oh.
I get sweat rings out the wazoo.
Even white?
Yeah. It's just like, it'll still show. Wow. Oh, yeah, I also had a dream last night. We were at like did I tell you this yet? Or did I wait to tell you on the podcast?
You told me. No, you told me Robert Pattinson was in it?
Yeah. And Ed Westwick.
Okay, yeah.
And Link was in it. Never dreamed of my dog, which is interesting. It felt good that she was in it. And we were at...
Validated her.
So she's real. Justin scoops in. We were at like a pub in like the middle of nowhere. Like big like country town. Ooh. One bar, like one stoplight vibe. And we walk in. We were hella bummy. Like we were in like... And not like cute bummy. Like we were just like big t-shirt, no makeup, and like slides. Like I think we were going to like a liquor store.
Okay.
And we walk in and it was also this pub. And there was like a DJ. Like it was like fucking sick. So we walk up to this one table. It's just me and Leanna and Link. And then we see Ed Westwick and Robert Pattinson. They're dressed
hanging out.
Nines.
Do you think they're friends?
After this dream, yeah. I think I planted the seed.
Like secret friends.
No, they're like, sorry, the camera stopped recording, but I was like, all right, I'm gonna go like order a drink and like just talk to them. Like we should like hang out with them, whatever. And I walk in line and I plan to go in line behind Robert Pattinson, and he he was like, he said something like really, really chivalrous. It was like something like ladies first or something. And he let me cut him pretty much. So then I'm next to Ed Westwick.
Hey.
And I was wearing a big crew neck and nothing underneath, like no bra or anything. And I started getting really sweaty. So I was sweating so much in this dream. I even woke up sweaty. Like I need to wash my bedding. Like it was like a sweaty dream. And I was like, hi, like, what are you getting? Or something like that. And he was like, you guys should like come to my table. And I went over to his table and I remember like looking back at you guys, like waving you over, and you guys came over and I was like, are you guys good with dogs? Like Link's coming. I feel like this isn't making any sense, but it's making so much sense in my head. But then we like started like getting drunk with them, and this girl walked up to Ed and was like, babe, what the fuck? And I was like, oh fuck. And he just like looked at her, and then he put his arm around me, and I remember just being like, fuck. Like I look like the girl that just like fucked everything up. And she's like,
he chose you.
He chose me. And she was like, whatever. And out of nowhere, like every girl in the bar besides us like look over, and they're like, come on, and like grab her, and she's crying, and they walk outside, and one of the friends at the front door was like, fuck you, Ed, like she was perfect for you, she loved you so much, and you fucked this up. And he was like, fuck you. And then they walked out, and then we continued partying with Ed Westwick and Robert Pattinson.
Fuck you.
he flipped the bird too. Like, fuck you.
Oh, that's the bird.
Yeah. And that was my dream. You know, every time I tell a dream, I regret it.
No.
I
like listening to your dreams. I don't know, like I will never understand the gravity of them.
Exactly.
But it's cool to like, it's just like it's like you're telling me a short story.
You know what? Yeah, I have a memory. Jason Nash said this one time. I'll never forget. Since this day, this is why I don't like telling dreams. Because one time he goes, I was like, oh my God, Jason, do you want to hear my dream? And he goes, no. I go, okay, why not? And he was like, it's not that I don't care about you or what you have to say. Dreams are a waste of time. You're telling me something in detail that never happened.
He's not wrong.
And he's not. And ever since I'm like, I shouldn't tell dreams. And I just told two, and we're fucking 30 minutes in the episode. I'm so sorry, guys.
To piggyback off that, I've been dreaming again.
Thank you. I'm like, please.
No, I've been dreaming again. So as you guys know, I don't dream ever. Or if I do, I don't remember them when I wake up. But I think it has a lot to do. And I thought this before, but like I never tested it. I stopped listening to music while I sleep. I used to full albums, and like not like sleep music. Like I would go through phases of like Lil Wayne while I sleep.
Carter 3.
Yes, yeah. Carter 3. So I stopped listening to music, and instead I have to have some noise. I can't, if there's dead silence, it's only my thoughts, and then I can't sleep. So I've been listening to sound bath playlists on Spotify, and I have been dreaming. I remember them in the morning, but like I can't tell you what I dreamt last night, but I know I dreamt, like I know I had a dream, which is such a cool feeling.
I also think that'll start developing more too. Yeah,
I need to start writing them down right when I wake up, or like you said, voice noting them. Mm-hmm. Because I would like to remember, but it's such a cool feeling knowing that I dreamt.
Fully capable. Start voice noting it.
I can see it kinda, which I've never been able to.
Oh yeah. So it's like more visual for you now.
Yeah.
It's for sure because the music was masking your shit.
That's crazy.
Because it's dialogue too. Like, if you think about it, like sound baths, it's just like a frequency, a vibration. You're able to kind of like write your own dialogue. Open up your mind a little bit.
Sick.
Before we get into today's episode is going to be, I feel like
fun.
We're going to be like giddy.
We'll tell you how we came up with it too.
For sure. But before we get into it, we're going to take a break for our sponsor.
So our sponsor today is Function of Beauty. And as you guys know, I've been on quite the hair journey. I have a lot of like specific needs for my hair of like where I want it to be. So what's cool about Function of Beauty is I could completely customize my shampoo and conditioner to be like exactly what I want it to be. to like formulate where I want my hair to go.
It's satisfying.
Oh my God. It's like cool to pick and choose what you want in your shampoo and conditioner.
You're a scientist.
Yeah, I'm a chemist.
When it comes to customizing your shampoo and conditioner, the possibilities are endless. There's actually over 54 trillion.
When I saw that number, I was like, there's no shot.
No shot. But there is 54 trillion different combinations that you can make for your hair care, your hair needs, but they're all cruelty-free, vegan, sulfate-free, no parabens. So you still know, regardless, it's safe and healthy for your hair.
So cool. So it was super easy to get started. I did a hair quiz and I said I wanted volume. I wanted them to like repair my hair, and I did all that. And then you pick your dye and your fragrance. I did eucalyptus and it's all fresh.
So fresh. I feel like it like wake me up in the morning.
Perfect
too.
for summer too.
For sure.
And then it just gets delivered right to your door.
So if you guys want to get started with Function of Beauty, we have a code for you. Say goodbye to generic hair care for good today. Go to functionofbeauty.com/Oddvice to take your hair goals quiz, and you'll save 25% on your first order. Go to functionofbeauty.com/Oddvice to let them know you heard about it from our show and get 25% off your first order.
That's functionofbeauty.com/Oddvice to take your hair quiz and save 25% off on your first order.
Thanks, Function of Beauty.
Okay, so should I start from the beginning, like this morning?
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened this morning?
We woke up
and I don't want to call it an ick, but something happened with a guy where it was kind of like a little bit of a turnoff, and I definitely didn't expect this. So what happened was I hit him up after we got home from the play, and I was trying to get him to come over.
It wasn't even that late either.
No, it was like 11. And he was out somewhere, and then he hit me up a little later and kept hitting me with like super witty remarks. Like he wanted to come over, but he did. It's almost like he wanted me to keep asking. Like there was like, it was like a weird bit that he wouldn't drop. And I was like, and I stopped responding because I was like, if you want to come, like I want you to come over. I literally hit you up and said, what are you doing? You should come over. And then for you to like keep responding with these witty remarks, just say you want to come over. I don't know. It was so off. So we kind of started talking about like how when guys are like super witty and they don't drop the bit and they beat around the bush. And then we started talking about icks. And then on our way home from getting coffee this morning, we were talking about like how things evolve from when you first get the spark with someone to the ick, and how it could be literally the flip of a switch. So that's the episode today. We're talking about the spark, which is so fun.
It'll be a really good episode. It's such a loaded topic. I mean, I'm excited to hear how the different ways you and I feel the spark.
Yeah.
Because like everybody feels it so differently and how quickly it comes on. I'm so excited for the Patreon episode after this to hear your guys' story with the sparks with people in your life or people of your past. It'll be a good episode. But back to the witty thing. It's like part of me, when people are beating around the bush, I'm like, okay, maybe they're just, because like we've been there. Maybe they're just not wanting to do it. And they're trying to like,
yeah.
But this situation,
no, this was very much like,
I feel like maybe follow up with later that night, because it wasn't like he was beating around because he didn't want to do it. Because then later he's still
right. So he acted like he wanted to, but then like I said, he was out. So I get that. Like he was doing his own thing, but then he hit me up again with like a witty remark. I responded with like a very straightforward response. I'm not going to say exactly what it is, but he responded to my straightforward response with another witty remark, and I didn't respond. And he double texted me another witty remark. And I'm like, you've triple texted me at this point. You know, I'm up. You know, I already asked you to come over. Just like, do you think I like am like, I want you to be like sensitive with the topic? Like
you've done it. You've done the late night shit. Like and that's why we were both sitting there so confused looking at this text. Cause it was like, it's not new territory. Don't feel like you have to like walk on eggshells. Like if you want to come over, just fucking say it. Like
Especially since I hit him up and said, "What are you doing tonight?"
It kills me.
It's like it's just so confusing, and I kind of got like, okay, this has become more work than fun. It's just not fun anymore.
Yeah, the wittiness, it's fun in the beginning, the banter.
It's fun and cute and flirty in the beginning.
I like it. Like I feel like we're both good at it. Like we like to play into it, but I very quickly, not very quickly, but like relatively quickly, if I'm talking to a person, I'm like, I cut the shit and I'll be like, let's have a serious, I don't say this, let's have a serious conversation, but like, I'll be like,
let's get somewhere.
Right. Like it's hard to give it context when I don't have a situation I can actually refer to specifically, but like, just start having real conversations.
In the context of last night's conversation, when it comes to like making plans, I'm a pretty like, I guess I'm like a stickler when it comes to plans. Like if I'm trying to make a plan, I'm trying to make a plan. Like if you're coming over, do I stay up? Do I like, I
need to know.
I need to know so I don't fucking fall asleep if you're on your way. Like,
Yep.
Get to the plan.
Like, is there something we're missing here? Because I feel like we're not asking
Is it?
too
Yeah.
much.
Like, is this
abnormal? Is this normal? That's why I'm excited for Friday's episode. So let's reverse it. Let's go back to the beginning.
Let's start at the spark.
The spark. For some people, it's a slow burn and it happens later. Some people, it's right away. Some people believe if they don't feel it right away, it's not it, which I kind of relate to. The spark of and it's not love at first sight type spark. Just the spark of like, oh, I'm intrigued.
It's butterflies.
Yeah. I'm interested in this person. I want to get to know them more. Lay that out. How is that for you? What, like, if you want to go with like a certain person, or if you just want to like generalize how you feel it. I'm curious.
When I think of the spark, I quite literally think of when I sat down at that blackjack table next to Joshua and like my life literally changed forever. I have butterflies thinking about it.
I'm already gonna love this episode.
No, I'm gonna cry. No, I mean, you guys know the story. We did a whole story time about it.
I
just said his real name.
I think people knew that.
Oh, okay.
Because you posted about him, remember?
Oh, right.
It's okay. It's totally fine.
Yeah, so in that episode, we gave him a decoy name, but I've since said his real name because this guy is going to be in my life forever. But yeah, you guys know the story. We sat down next to him at a blackjack table. I had never known him before. I actually, when we were at the blackjack table, or before we sat down, I saw him, the back of his head. I remember seeing his beanie, and then I saw his hands, and his like hands are like super tatted, and I have a thing for hands. And that was when I felt the spark. That was when I was like, okay, no, this guy.
I'm intrigued.
I have butterflies in my stomach. I'm nervous. Like, I'm nervous to do this normal human act of going and sitting down in a chair.
Right.
And I like that spark carried on through that whole weekend when we were skiing together and he was snowboarding. Like that's my standard for the spark.
Wow.
Yeah. So like so far.
But I always love when like someone changes your standard for something. Yeah. Like that's what life's about.
That's my standard for the spark. For sure. What about yours?
I've noticed it's different with everybody. Kind of back to you when you said you get nervous. I've talked about this with Brie before. Like the nervous part of things, I think it depends on the person, but sometimes nervous for me is my gut telling me it's not it.
Oh, really?
Case by case. It depends on the type of nerves for sure.
Yeah.
But like my spark with like Tanner is comfort and calmness.
Oh.
So it's
okay.
It's interesting to hear that.
So the nerves that I felt when I first felt the spark with Josh, it was more like giddy nervous.
Right.
Like,
that's what I mean. Like the good
that's
nervous.
Okay. And then when he came to visit back in November, that's when I felt like the calm, relaxing spark.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's cool to like notice the difference between the two.
It's almost like it's the anticipation of like, oh, I'm about to open a new chapter, new can of worms.
It's like, you know.
Yeah, you do.
And that's what, like, when you don't feel the spark with someone and you don't feel like something interesting might come of this, like something might change or something new's coming. That's when you're like, oh, there's no spark between us. Is it ever going to go anywhere? That's what goes on in my head.
Yeah, you mean like kind of like, is it a slow burn? Like you kind of give it that second thought.
Yeah.
Because I also do think slow burns are just as like great as the immediate spark, and they could still end up being just as loving and just as like big.
I don't think I've ever experienced a slow burn.
I know that's common. I feel like I actually would love to hear listeners, like if you guys have had a slow burn with anybody and what that's like. I feel like as I get older, I kind of want a slow burn. Cause
Really? Oh, I crave the spark.
Me too, and it's inevitable when it happens. You can't control it regardless. But I think it'd be cool to see a slow burn develop, because like I'm assuming a slow burn means like you are getting to know each other.
I guess you and your first boyfriend, high school.
Oh yeah,
because you guys were friends first, and
Yeah.
you guys had even said like you didn't see anything
happening,
and then the spark hit.
There you go.
Later, right?
Yeah. So
do you remember the spark with him?
Yes. Ooh, I just got butterflies.
See?
Wait.
No, when it comes back, it comes back the same. Like when I think of the spark, it comes back in the same spot of my gut as I first got it.
Yes.
Does that make sense? Like,
yes.
I feel it again.
Yeah.
And it's not like we're not talking love.
No.
This isn't like love or even lust or like a yearn for someone. It's literally just like it's butterflies in your stomach, this like giddy smile that you feel when you think of this connection with someone.
Yep.
And like what this person could potentially do to your life.
Yep. It's a gut feeling for me.
Yeah.
You don't have an answer right away.
No.
You don't know, but you just know.
You just know.
Something's there.
Because of the spark.
Yeah.
Should I like look up a definition of a spark or like
Sure.
what happens?
Yeah.
Tell your spark with your first boyfriend.
I feel like I've kind of told it a little bit, maybe. I don't know, but yeah, we were best friends for years before anything ever happened. But the spark was like, it was like the day where he literally was like, let's just kiss and see what happens.
That's so cute.
It was you and your high school boyfriend were about to come over.
Really?
To my house. Do you remember this?
I remember this day.
And you were knocking and we weren't letting you in right away because it was happening right then behind the fucking door.
You've never told me this.
What?
No.
Oh my God, I'm going to kill these dogs. So yeah, that day, I think you and Bobby were maybe grabbing food and then you were coming over or something. And we were at my house and he goes, well, like, what if we just kiss? Like, if we feel something, then we go with it. And if we don't, like, we don't. And we remain best friends. And the anxiety starts. The sweating starts. I'm just like, no, what? I'm not, like, I didn't want to do it. Not in, like, a bad way. I was scared.
Yeah.
And I don't, like, fully remember every detail, but obviously we fucking do it. And I kissed him. And I remember I pulled back and I looked at him.
Did you feel the spark when you kissed him?
Absolutely. And then I kissed him again. And then you guys like pulled up. And we were like, hold on. Like, do you remember?
Now that you're saying this, I remember this, but you never told me that you guys kissed in that moment.
That was the start of it.
I never knew. That's crazy.
I
remember Bobby was banging on the door.
Yes. Exactly, and we were
like, let's go!
We were literally behind the door. And then remember we watched, like, kitten videos? We all sat on my couch and watched kitten videos.
I don't remember that part.
I really remember that.
Did we get Chipotle?
I think that was it.
Yes.
Because when I said food, I did think Chipotle.
I think it was Chipotle. Oh my God. What I would do to just, like, go back and be in that moment right now.
I know.
Just to, like,
that was it,
the nostalgia of that moment.
Yep. And it
That's
was
so cute.
It was probably this time of the year. because it was before prom. So this is how it all started. We did the thing. We kissed.
So it was our junior year?
Yes.
Oh.
And we figured out, we felt something, but at this point I had already asked Jack to prom. He had already asked Jessica to prom. We had prom dates. Prom was March 17th, and it was about 3 weeks before, which is like the same year. And after that, we're like, fuck, like, should we go to prom together? And we're like, probably. So we had to tell our dates, like, sorry, we're not going with you. Luckily, his date was from another school, so it's not like she's missing out on her own prom. And my date was a sophomore, so he, like, didn't need to go anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we went to prom together, and then lost my virginity that night, and then we dated for a few years.
That's crazy.
That's how that started. But you could almost argue that wasn't a slow burn. Because it's like right when we kissed, that was spark, run into it, dating.
But the spark didn't happen when you like first caught eyes of someone. You know, like he was in your life for years before that. So it was almost like the spark was triggered by something a little more which this tracks. This is like connecting in my head right now. The spark hit for you once it turned to something a little more like intimate and deep than the friendship.
Yeah.
Which like that's you.
Like how I am.
Like it takes a minute for you to get to that level with someone, whereas me, I'm like, I see the spark in everyone.
Wow. This tracks.
That's crazy.
I'm so glad you remember.
Oh yeah. I pulled up I literally Googled, what is the spark? I'm just going to read some of these like Google snippets. Mm-hmm. It's that certain something you feel when you meet someone and there's a recognizable mutual attraction. I'm not going to read that part. It's a magnetic pull between two people where you both feel mentally, emotionally, physically, and energetically connected. Cute.
This made me think though, what about the times where people feel sparks but the other person doesn't?
Yeah.
What's that?
Like this little snippet that I just read said mutual a couple times.
That's
and it's not always mutual.
Like I feel it towards Pete Davidson, but he doesn't know I exist.
I don't know. I don't like him for you. I'm going to say it.
I guess it doesn't even matter.
I don't get the spark. I've never gotten the spark with someone that I haven't been in the same environment with. What? We weren't recording. Oh my god, no. Fuck, should we just use this audio for that snip?
Yeah.
Is it gonna be so bad?
It'll be like 6 minutes of it. We are so sorry that the past
Honestly,
5 minutes. No, literally unsubscribe. The past 5 minutes have been just the audio from our camera. As I'm sure I didn't need to tell you that because it was probably terrible. We are so sorry. We forgot to press record.
But it was so good that we didn't want to
try and redo it. I'm so sorry.
But it's okay.
Awful.
It's okay. It's okay. It was only 6 minutes?
Yeah, sorry. We've never done it before.
Never. This is the first.
Why are you even mad at us? We never even done that before.
We suck at this.
No, I'm so sorry. What were we saying?
I was saying I've never had the spark with someone that I've never physically been around. I don't have a Pete Davidson. I have celebrity crushes and shit.
Yeah.
A$AP Rocky.
Yeah.
Wow. But I don't get the spark with him.
I think because you're sane and it's unrealistic.
No, I think my spark has a lot to do with magnetic attraction.
Seeing them in person.
Yes. And that's why I felt it so much with Josh. It was a very much okay, hold on. I felt like I was physically being pulled to sit next to him. And that was my spark. What?
It's just so cute.
It's so cute. That's good. This guy.
We're having such a girl conversation right now. I love him. He's so cute. Okay, so now let's go after the spark. The person's in your life now.
Okay.
Maybe you're talking or you're just dating, whatever. You're already there. For me, what I've noticed with men of my past is I see them I see like an aura around them, and when I look at them, I don't even know how to express it. I've never had to put this in words.
This is hitting.
I'm like, damn, if I didn't know you, it sounds so stupid.
No, it doesn't.
If I didn't know you, like, I'd still be so drawn to you. That doesn't make any sense,
no,
though.
Yes. No, I get it.
Am I explaining that right?
Yes.
Like, if we're at a party or, like, a club or something, like, I can look across the room and be like, they stand out, and I'm still like...
It's almost as if what triggers the spark that will be the thing that will forever trigger the spark. So if, like, you didn't meet them in that moment, you know, if you would have seen them in, like, a random grocery store, that very same thing that you got the spark from is it hitting? Like, so. This very same thing that you got the spark from, like, you knew that's exactly what would pull you in the next time and the next time and the next time. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
I guess, like, it's a way of the spark just never dying.
Yes.
Until it does die. And then finding your one is just finding when the spark doesn't die.
I'm gonna cry. Stop.
That's exactly it. Finding your one is finding the one where your spark never dies.
That's literally my mom and my dad.
Oh my God. That love story alone is what I strive for.
And you know what? Like, I ask my mom often. I've told my mom's and my dad's how they met story, but I ask my mom often, like, how are you and dad? Like, you know, and I ask, do you still feel the spark with dad? And she says all the time. Like, he'll text her when he's at work. Like, literally, like, last week, he'll text her and she'll be like, oh my God, your dad texted me. Like, they still have the spark and it's out there. And it's a real thing. Oh my God.
And I would love to ask your mom about this too. Like, I'm sure she can agree that you got to keep the spark alive too.
Oh yeah. And they do.
You got to still date. Like, they still go do like datey shit together, and they still have movie nights, and like, you got to nurture your spark too. And I think that's a misconception. People are like, you shouldn't have to work on it. If it doesn't come naturally, it's not meant to be. No. I think putting work is part of love and is part of spark.
Yeah.
And I feel like our generation tends to forget that there's work involved with like sustaining a relationship.
Totally.
Love or not. Like, it still takes work and like understanding of what the other person needs and vice versa and all that. I mean, that's a whole other episode in itself. But okay, we've established that the spark. Now you have the spark, but they're not the one.
I was gonna say,
how does the spark die?
Do you feel like once you get the spark, there's like this pressure for something to happen?
Not anymore. That used to be my mentality, but like,
me too.
I feel like
we
realize now,
and like, I feel like I've gotten the spark so many times. It sounds so bad. I feel like I've gotten the spark a handful of times where it's like, okay, it was just a spark. So I feel like it has the opportunity to develop into something beyond the spark, where it like goes a little deeper, kind of like what you said with Kelly. Once you guys had that first kiss, that was a spark, but then you guys, like, you had the friendship, you guys got deeper,
right?
And I think if it doesn't go past the spark, you kind of know, like, oh, it was just like a fling in my stomach,
and it just felt good.
Yeah,
like that was just more for the human experience,
right? And then on top of that, when it doesn't go beyond the spark, once you get the ick,
you can't turn back.
It's done. It's so far gone. You can't go back.
And it's such a big part of like TikTok and like social media. Like, it's such a running joke. It's a meme, but it's a real thing.
It's a real thing. And I think it's always been a real thing. But like recently, and like you said, with TikTok and like all this trend of it, we've just finally like put a name to it. Like, it's never been called the ick.
Right.
It's always just been like,
I'm over it.
It's the cliff that gets jumped off of.
Oh, wow, Alex. Crunch.
Metaphorically. It's the downfall.
Oh, was the cliff in my dream when we're going up it?
Yeah. And then the rave at the top is the spark. And then once you get the ick, you overboard. Literally.
I'm just thinking about who was in that dream.
Oh, so you're at the rave right now.
Hey!
That's the spark. And you do have the spark with him right now. You've gotten the spark before.
Yeah.
And I think you have potential to continue that spark with him. And it's got like, you're able to get deep with this person.
Right.
So there's like, you haven't gotten the ick yet.
No, God, no. I don't see myself getting the ick with him.
I mean,
but like, do you ever? Right. I don't know. There's still like a reservation with him though. And I don't know what it is. So that's why I'm like, is he like a slow burn?
Ooh, love this.
Spicy.
I think an ick for me, or I'd rather say this is like a turn off. Okay. This is when it's like downhill.
Yeah.
When I feel like it's time to like get serious, not get serious with someone as in like, let's move the relationship forward, more as like, let's have a serious conversation. And they keep hitting me with like punchline jokes and I'm like trying to learn about them. You've immediately put yourself in a box of like immaturity to me.
Yeah. And
unfortunately, you can't get out of that box.
It's hard to.
It's very hard to get out of that. And the immature box is very specific. If you're in the immature box, you're not going to get out, because I have already shown this like and I don't get deep often with people. So if I show that like yearning to like want to get deep with someone and they don't return that, it's not worth it to me.
Yep. And
you're in the immature box, and I don't think it's gonna go beyond that. That's one of my icks.
I feel that it's defeating when you can't see eye to eye with someone intellectually too, and not even on some like Einstein shit. Just like you said, trying to get to know.
Right.
Yeah.
If we can't do like the basic human act of like having a conversation and getting to know one another, once we've already gotten past the like banter and all that, then it'll never get there to me.
Well, because like, why hasn't it already? It's not that
right.
We're not talking deep. Just so you can't even do like the bare minimum, like
right. Especially to like my standards, where like I said, like I don't get deep often, and I don't feel like I feel like I'm a very like playful, jokey person. So when I feel like I'm ready to like sit down and have a serious conversation with someone, and they're not there yet, I'm like, okay, we're just on different levels.
Yeah. Would you ever be like really lay it out before you throw them in the box? Out? Just be like, yo, I'm actually trying to get to like know you right now.
I've never done that. I don't feel like I'm I'm opposed. It's more just like I get really frustrated in those situations. Like if I'm trying to have a serious conversation, I just like in my head I'm like, hands up, it's not gonna go there.
Like, do you feel defeated almost?
Totally.
Like, damn, great word. I fucking tried. I tried this one time to be serious and it backfires. Like that type of defeat.
Yep. Exactly. That's exactly it.
I feel that. And then I get really frustrated and usually do the same. I'm usually like, all right, I tried with you. We're not at the same level. We're not
compatible.
No. And that's okay.
Totally.
Right.
What about you? What's yours?
I feel like mine kind of goes with yours. Like for me, it's when I realize someone's super close-minded on something I'm passionate about, not even open to hearing my side, and not in like a aggressive debate way, because I'm always down to have a good debate too and like really know your side. But when they're like, nah, that's not real. Like say we're astrology, something that a lot of people don't think is real, or shit with my dreams, or like all the weird shit in my family. Alien shit. Nah, that shit's not real. I'm like, whoa.
So closed off. And it's one thing to not believe in it.
Yes.
And you could still show interest.
Okay, perfect way to put it. I guess when people are so closed-minded to showing interest or even hearing me out, I'm like,
yep.
Fine. Like,
to piggyback off this, and I know you're gonna relate to this because like we've talked about this in recent years. I'm a very like excitable person. I get excited. We're the same. We get excited about the little things. If like
a cute leaf on the ground that's shape of a heart, I'll think about it for years.
Yes, we'll jump up and down. We'll take a picture of it. We'll be smiling and laughing all day. No, it's
so cute.
It's so cute. And if they're like, come on, keep walking.
I'm triggered.
No, me too. That's a big ick. You can't get excited about the little things in life. What makes you happy? How do you go through life without liking those little shits?
They're little sparks, Alex. If a spark was a beanie, it'd be your beanie.
Oh, it is.
Like your beanie looks like a spark right now.
But yeah, it's a big one. Celebrating the little things in life. Oh, Josh is like that.
Tanner's like that too. Tanner does the same thing that I do, where it's like we give things like little personalities. And like,
that's cute.
Anything.
That's
And he'll
really
run with it
cute.
too.
Yeah, you guys like, oh my God. You guys are perfect.
I texted him and I was like, we're doing an episode on like spark shit. And he says something like, ooh, let me know how that goes. And look at the picture he sent me. Oh my God, he just texted me. Whoa. He sent me that.
I don't think I've ever seen this picture
Seen
before.
that picture?
Why is he so hot?
I know, he's so cute.
Wait, this is such a cute picture. You are happiness in that photo.
I know.
Should
Should I put this on Patreon and like blur out his face? Or no?
No,
Not worth it.
not worth
Not
it.
worth giving the identity away.
Yeah,
It's a picture of
he's
us
a very
on
specific
trip.
looking person.
Right.
They'll find him.
We were on a trip and it was like definitely around the time where we first started like
I remember the weekend
not
that
like experimenting, but
what
weekend?
Well, I was gonna say I remember the weekend where they all came down to visit and things flipped between you guys. Yeah, you guys are perfect together.
But are we,
Not right now. But like all of these things, like the spark has not gone away for you guys. It's only gotten stronger, actually. Not to really like put you in a place, but like,
Yeah. I literally have no words. Like, he's one of those people. It's like, how does it keep growing?
how does it keep getting better? Despite like you guys have had like a lot of ups and downs, if you will, but like it keeps getting stronger. I feel like you guys have gone through a lot of things that would have naturally given you the ick, where you would have turned away, but there has been something that, and like I won't even call it the spark because it's just so much deeper than that. There has been something that has been keeping you guys together, and I feel like you guys have gone through shit that would break a lot of people apart, but there's a reason why you guys aren't.
I think it's because of our like understanding of each other on a level I didn't even know was possible. Because I feel like I understand a lot of people in my life and they understand me, but it's so unspoken that like when things happen, there's no why did he do this? Why did she do this? There's no like doubt.
There's no doubt.
It's like
No doubt.
I know why this happened because I know this about this person, and like it's just like an unspoken understanding the way I'm sitting right now.
You never have to analyze anything with him.
No. And like if I do, like it's to him. If I question anything, I call him right up and I ask it, and I'm getting an answer right away. And like when there's like ick things that happen, we call it out.
Because there was a period of time where you almost had the ick.
Yeah, what was that? But like when was I don't remember like what I do remember that period of time where I was like, fuck.
I think you held yourself back a lot, and he was expressing that he was starting to gain feelings. And I think you knew it wasn't your guys' time, so you were holding back, and he wasn't holding back. And I think that kind of, I mean, you hear this day in and day out. if someone expresses, we said this last episode, if someone expresses their feelings for you and you're not there yet, you're like, why do you like me? And I think that's what gave you the ick at first, but you guys talked it out.
Right.
And it went away. Whoa. The ick went away for you.
I have to marry him.
No, you do.
I probably will.
You will.
We've even said, like, sometimes we could picture us literally marrying other people
and just ending up together
and
in the
still
end.
ending up together in the end, which like kind of sucks because it's like divorce. That means there's like a divorce in line.
I think it's just like allowed you guys to not stop each other from like experiencing life without each other, because you guys know it's not your guys' time.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are okay with you guys going on your own journeys. You guys are an anomaly.
Monopoly. We are a monopoly. We're taking over the world. I don't know. God, that's enough about Tanner, I guess.
Oh, I want that.
I don't even know what
You
to
guys
say.
have what my parents have.
Oh my God, don't tell me that.
You do.
You can't look for it.
No, it's not something you look for. It just fucking happened. I mean, you guys
Just
met,
gonna happen.
what was it, 12 years ago now? Yeah. No, it was 2013. So 9 years ago. 9 years ago now. And you guys, it was a night where you didn't expect to meet anyone. You met him. You knew there was a spark immediately, and then didn't talk to each other for another 6 years. And you guys were such different people back then. You were so different than how you are now. He was so different than how he is now. And the fact that you guys have still like had the same spark in these two different places in your life. This is crazy. You guys are the definition of the spark. Ow, foot cramp.
Ooh, show the class.
No way.
Her foot cramps are heck
Crazy.
If a foot cramp was a beanie, it'd also be your beanie.
Okay, should we get a little bit into like funny icks?
Yes.
Okay.
You said a good one.
Earlier? Okay, big ick. If a guy's walking around and doesn't know his shoes untied, no shot. Grow up.
When his zipper's down. Oh! I'm calling the cops.
When he's sitting in his car and something falls under the seat and he's trying to grab it. Jail. When his socks are flipped
Like
the other way.
sideways?
No, when he wears
I thought when he's clipping his toenails. Oh my God. Oh.
Talk to me.
When he has to call and make a doctor's appointment. Like, why do you need to go to the doctor?
Why you gotta call? Loose boxer shorts.
Ah! And you know, like when they've been sitting and they get all stretched out and like poofy.
When they like pull their pants up and their shirt gets tucked into one side. I would love, you know what? We need to do a part 2 of this episode with a guy on it and they have to say girl icks.
I love that. Who's a good guy we could get
Let
on?
us know in the comments what guy you'd want to see
I love that.
to give us icks. I have a okay, and I'm not proud of this, you guys. I have a story of an ick.
It was one of your first, I feel.
It was one of my first icks.
Like where you realized, oh,
Yeah.
didn't like that.
I was fully talking to this guy. He was so cute. We like got along so well. He was so funny. It was in high school. This was fucking literally 10 years ago.
Stone Age.
This is a decade ago. So
Ugh.
a
weird.
decade.
It's just
Sorry.
That's an ick.
Decade. This was a century ago. Okay, so I was talking to this guy. He was really fucking cute. I already fucking said that. Cut that out.
No.
We're sitting and I think we had PE together. Already an ick. We were running the mile together.
That's why I walked the mile. Mm-mm.
Okay, we're sitting on our track at our high school, and it was like a windy day, and I think we were like chilling after the mile, and we were in like a group of people, and he turned. I feel so awful for this. He like turns the other way, and like I said, it was a really windy. He turns the other way and then turns back to the inside of the circle. And he has a string of spit like on his like and not just like a string, like it was a loogie crawling up the side of his face, and he didn't know. And I think after that I let it die out. Like we never dated or anything.
It wasn't meant to be.
It wasn't meant to be.
And you know what? We've probably had these same situations that we didn't know about.
Oh,
Think about
100%.
I want to know the stories of my icks.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What is my
Who could
Alex,
we
come
call?
on. You have to know what's my ick. I feel like it's hard to do for friends.
Yeah,
huh?
it's hard to do. The only thing that I can think of, but like this, which is weird because like this is how you connect with guys sometimes.
Oh.
But you fart a lot. Like that could be someone's ick. That's the thing. Everyone has different icks.
Right. I don't feel like you have an ick.
Oh, I for sure have an ick.
Oh, I know your ick.
What is it?
God, Kate, guys, when she drinks out of bottles,
We've talked about this. Not anymore. I've gotten better.
and you're so brave, and I'm so proud of you.
I've
But
really worked on this.
She like fully puts her mouth around the bottle. She doesn't just like pour it in her mouth like she's like a baby. How a baby's like,
and like I crunch the water bottle in my hand.
you do,
Yeah, that's for sure someone's ick.
and you like poke her like this. Like it's like a kid. You drink like a kid. But not anymore.
Not
You're
anymore.
right. Not anymore.
But you know what? I would love to know who's gotten the ick from that.
Me. But we got through it.
We got through
Because
it.
we talked about it.
You literally trained me to not drink like that again.
A tree. But like we talked about it. So maybe that's the cure to the ick. Call them out on it. Right?
Be like, yo, this rubbed me the wrong way.
It's like if you're
Whoa.
if the ick is already gonna end you, why not just try one more time? Call them out on it. Maybe it could be funny. What does that mean? It depends who. Like with
depends
Tanner,
who.
I'd call him out. He calls me out. Like
I can think of a couple people where they'd be like, what the fuck?
right.
But I can also think of a couple people where they'd be like, you're right.
And
You
I
know,
love that.
Yeah.
And then we're good. As long as
Right.
you're aware of your ick.
If we can get over the hump of me calling you out on it, and you could see like my perspective on the ick, you're damn near the one.
The spark's back.
The spark has reignited.
Wow.
This is crazy. Wow.
I think wow. I think we cracked the code.
I thought of another ick.
What?
Impersonations.
Oh, bad ones though. Hella
Bad
good.
ones.
Damn near sexy.
And they keep doing them, and they're not funny.
and they think they're nailing it.
Ick. I think we have a lot of the same icks. I would love what? Say it. Say it.
Dabbing.
Yeah. As an adult, like Snapchat. Ick.
Snapchat's a fucking ick.
Snapchat's an ick.
Any like old dance move too. Ooh.
Yeah, but not like.
Like the sprinkler. No, the sprinkler. I got chills. That was a.
The robot.
I do that.
I do that. I'm gonna pee my pants.
No, I'm literally sitting here like, we both drank hella shit before this. This is a long episode. We should go. We're boring.
Yeah.
Nobody's listening anymore. Okay.
Did we drag this on?
Probably. Yeah, let us know what guy or what guys you think would be fun to have on here and go over icks and just like their perspective of the spark, maybe.
Yeah. This
Like-
would be so fun to do a part 2. This, like, I could keep talking, but I
No,
know we're
same.
probably boring you.
And I'm gonna get a UTI if I hold my pee any longer. I just got so close.
That's an ick.
That's
No,
an
I'm just
ick.
kidding. No. The fact that we don't know, there was a point, I think we went out or maybe it was like a couple weekends ago where we were really drunk.
I think it was Super Bowl weekend.
Was it? And
Yeah.
I think I You guys, she's my best friend.
I think they know.
We don't touch each other.
No,
We don't hug.
hugs. Once in a blue moon. I hugged you when your grandma died.
And I hugged you when your grandma died. Actually, you hugged me. You hugged me when your grandma died.
I felt bad. Your friend's grandma died.
I'm gonna pee my pants. That's an ick that we have in the friendship. We don't touch each other. We don't cuddle.
But I feel like maybe people can relate because, like,
and you know what? I've seen it a couple. Sorry, go on.
No, you're good. Like, I've seen people say like you're best of friends you don't have pictures with and shit like that.
Yeah.
So
no, it's a culture.
Normal. It's a culture. It's a community.
No, I think so.
And
if you're mid friends, you hug those people.
Yeah, because you want to make sure like they know you still care about them.
Yeah. Like, I don't gotta touch you.
Yeah, that's it. It's like we don't have to reassure each other. I feel like we're good at like communicating though. Like, like we verbally hug each other. I gotta go.
Okay.
Let us know if you guys relate to literally anything we said. Let us know your icks.
Yeah, for Patreon Friday. Let us know your icks. Let us know when you got this. I want to hear like really cute spark stories.
Me too. I want to hear spark stories. I want to hear
God, I can't stop crying.
Sparks that like faded and if they came back and how they came back, how your spark evolves, how you nurture your spark. If kind of back to what you're saying when like the principle of like nurturing a relationship, what are things you do to nurture your spark? Yeah, let's keep talking about the spark. This is a really fun episode though. This felt good. It was it's a topic that's just like feels good to talk about as a human. Like
everyone goes through it.
Yeah.
Or have you never had the spark?
And what's your view on it? Because I bet you there's a lot of people that are like, probably don't even believe in a spark too. Like, it's just like, I know a lot of people who are like,
the spark doesn't matter.
Right. Like, I could just get to know anybody in that sense, you know? I want to end on this. I feel it's a TikTok. It was an interesting quote and it kind of goes with the spark. Let me read it real quick. The hardest pill to swallow is realizing that people who don't get obsessed with you right away means they aren't looking for someone to make them feel good. This means they're actually looking at you for you, who you are. Then you will realize everyone who got obsessed with you immediately was because of how you made them feel, not because they actually loved you for who you are.
Whoa.
Not that takes away the meaning and the validity of the spark, because clearly we have a track record where it works and we've been in successful relationships.
But it is kind of a selfish thing.
Yeah.
The spark is very ego.
Yeah. I don't know if it's ego.
Right. It's
selfish. It's the same thing where like people say, oh, I don't judge people, but it's like, it's human nature. When you are walking in a room, like your primal instinct is to judge people.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where it's like,
it naturally happens. Why not make it good or fun?
Yeah. But I thought that was an interesting little blurb.
That's an interesting take on it.
Yeah. It made me kind of like look within.
It made me appreciate the slow burn.
Exactly. That's why I wanted to read it.
Sick.
So yeah, curious to know your guys' timelines with the spark and stuff. But we love you so much. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, please rate it 5 stars and leave a review. It helps us out a lot. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, all the things.
Leave a comment.
Leave a little cute. The battery died. We love you.
We love
Bye.
you.
Sorry, Kim.
Bye.
Bye.